Hello, my howlers. Good morning. Welcome to my blanket fort. Also, welcome to my coffee time. If you are there, say hello. I like this coffee. This might turn into like a writing sprint thing, which means I should get my timer. Hey, Mo. Nice to see you. Good morning, Cat. And 7moos953. Good morning. Talking witchy stuff. Drinking lots of coffee. Talking writing stuff too, if you guys want to talk about writing. I was just mentioning that this might turn into sprints because I'm in the midst of writing a thing and it's quite good. Good morning, Mo. Yeah, I'm just about out of coffee in this mug, so I'm probably going to get more. I will take you with me for such things. Oh, in case you can't see it, this is my my blanket fort shrine. Currently, it is housing Ganesh and Saraswati and Hecate. There's lights inside, but I think the batteries need replacing. So currently there's candles. I just haven't lit them. Charging my flying ointment that I got yesterday. And I got a protection bundle, like a recaning stick, which is cool. It smells awesome. That was Sinful Skin Candy is the company that I went through. It was super worth it. I think she felt bad that it took so long to get my stuff, so she upgraded everything. Like the bundle was free, the upgrade of the, like, it's a much bigger tin than I ordered, and I am not complaining. Especially if I'm supposed to put that stuff on my person. Put that stuff on my person. Okay. Oh, the burp. So, I could talk about random witchy stuff, like how I went to my domain last night. It was pretty chill. Pretty chill. If you guys do not know what a domain is, that's it's kind of like a private Idaho. It's like astral projection, but it's more local. It's more in your head, less. You can astral project from there. I recommend that you astral project from there rather than, I think, So I have fellow witches that are having trouble getting into Gnosis and having trouble getting into astral projection. And I think if I helped them make a domain, that would probably help the transition a little bit rather than going straight from cold earth to astral plane. Like that would be very difficult. I don't think I would be able to do that either. Not unless I move my domain to the astral plane, to the lower realm. Though I didn't find anything in the lower realm, but I did find some real estate in the middle realm. However, the middle realm is kind of the bad neighborhood, so I think I've decided I'm not going to move there because the amount of work that I would have to do to protect my hut, as it were, my garden, my property. Um, yeah, yeah, it's not worth it. Every once in a while, I'm just like, oh, but it's so nice. What is up with my feed? I'm like watching me skip around and stuff. Unfortunate. No, my coffee's almost gone. So it's, yes. And so I'm supposed to do a video about domains. I was supposed to do it early in the week. It'll probably be, I'll do a double video release on Sunday, probably. One for writing and one for witching. I'll probably do a meditation that will help you create a domain. Yeah. I did it for my fellow witches, but not everybody showed. I think helping people make a private Idaho would be helpful for witchy things and also not witchy things. Usually people in great crisis will dissociate and kind of auto-create a domain. So it's kind of like I... The last 2 trips that I took, I ended up just staying in town, just staying in my woods. I didn't actually go through the gate. Last night I just danced a lot. I danced in the center of the garden. I helped my poisonous plants grow. I danced around the fire. Yeah. Yeah, when I do my meditation thing, I recommend earbuds or headphones or something like that. And to lay down or be comfy in some way. I might have to do the miscellaneous hypnosis stuff in the beginning to try and get people into gnosis. It will help. And that's basically what hypnosis is gnosis. It's like the altered state of mind that I find it very easy to create things, to get great ideas, that's where my writing comes from. Yeah, my art. anything that is Zen-inducing, that is gnosis. So my flow arts, like when I spin poi and stuff like that, um, totally puts me in that headspace. I also was diagnosed with a dissociative disorder when I was a teenager, so it's very easy for me to go to this place, to kind of zone out, as it were. And I actually I was going there so often, I had to train myself to stop going. And now I've upgraded my area, my my property, so I'm going there a lot, and not as an escape, but kind of to do maintenance, like, because I have a bunch of tulpas too, right? So once upon a time ago, I thought I was diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder because I had 3 alters. One who body, like skin rode me, which means I took a back seat and she she took the reins, she took the wheel, which sucks. Let me tell you, uh, to not know what kind of conversations you've had or what kind of actions you took, and you've completely lost time because you're basically unconscious while this all happens. Yeah, it's pretty bad when people come to me and be like, "Oh yeah, remember when this happened?" And I was like, "I do not. I lost the last 3 days. I have no idea where I am. It is not cool." uh, so I had to. I used to go to what I call the room. It was not a nice place. That was kind of my escape. That was I can't cope place to go. I have since upgraded it. It is no longer a barren room. It was not a good place. And I spent a lot of time there. I was basically punishing myself, I think. I don't think I felt like like I was worthy of nice things. Not until I was well into my 30s. Like, hi Sage. Just having coffee and talking dissociative identity disorder. Well, talking about tulpas and mental illness and how sometimes they can be confused for each other. I have chaos witches who believe that I never had dissociative identity disorder. They were actually tulpas, sentient entities in and of themselves. Oh, my cats. Oh, my cats. Making noises. I have like half a sip left of my coffee. It makes me sad. Shall we go on a coffee trip? I think we should. I think I have pills to take anyway. Hoist. Low citrus. Yeah, caffeine is important. Though I'm not thinking of it in a caffeine way, I'm thinking of it in a delicious beverage way. Oh, I think. Wow, how am I going to do this? Am I Am I agile enough to do this? Oh, I am. Though I needed an extra hand, I did. Come here, Mug. Uh, 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 uh. Oh my gosh, there's a cat on my table. You do not belong on the table. Go on. Hey, Eva. It's awesome to see you. Oh. Okay, that'll do. That'll do. I think I need more water in my reservoir. So, to kind of tap into, well, to have control over what I thought was illness is empowering but worrisome. I don't lose control anymore. In fact, I'm the one with control. If anything, I'm more powerful now than I think I've ever been. And each time I go to my domain, I'm stronger. And I'm, well, more powerful in a... Have you ever worked with Santisa Muerte? I have, actually. That's really weird that you would bring that up, actually. But she also, I feel like one of her roots is Ekete, and one of Ekete's roots is Inanna. So I tend to go for the roots. Should grab my creamer. My cream, really. It's not even a creamer, it's cream. Please make my coffee. So, yeah, kind of interesting that Santa Muerte Santissima, excuse me. The death saint, basically. I haven't had need of such things lately. Yeah. Same as, like, I've worked with Kali in the past, but I haven't had need of Kali lately, so... Coffee, coffee, coffee. Also, I really dig your user picture. Your user picture is really cool. Seven moos. So yeah, I guess I could share with everybody else who Santissima Muerte is. I just learned about her like a week or two ago. Muerte. Because the internet can probably say it better than I can. Everything's in Spanish. All right. she is the, yeah, she's basically the angel of death. Has a particular affection for the Virgin of Guadalupe. Her cult of worship far outpaces that of other Catholic saints, and maybe even Christ himself. Maybe a little more green. So, death cult. Cool stuff. Yeah, her... Oops. Sort of. Like, I feel like Kali's energy is very... like, raging storm, whirling dervish sort of energy. I will have to catch the replay. Internet is being poopy. Okay. It starts pretty slow, but I guess it picks up. I guess that means I should keep the stream, because I was thinking about tossing it. But if it's gonna get a replay, I guess I'll leave it. I think I should do a bunch of videos in general today, because I've been real bad about it like the last week. The main thing, I think, the deities that I work with anyway, the writing videos that I've been working on, like, have not done those. I'll let you know when I've watched it, and then you can take it down. Okay. It's funny. All right. How do I take this back? Back to the blanket fort. Hey, Suey. Awesome seeing you. Talking witchy stuff. I'm a terrible waitress, I just have to tell you. Ooh, shadowy. Maybe there's a little bit of light. Oh my gosh. All right, here's the limbo. Oh my gosh. Here's the limbo. Oh my gosh, I'm still agile. I can still do it. Oh. Boop, 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 boop. Set that down. All right, late. Just jumped on. Just got in from doing my Friday night designated driver run. Cool. Do you do like Uber or Lyft or something like that? Where are you that it's already night? Because it's pretty early in the morning here. Did I get a post? I did! Oh, this is gonna be awesome. I like it. I like it. I want to share it with you guys, but I can't yet. So, oh, you're in Australia. Well, congratulations for not drinking anymore. Thank you very much, Eva. It's fun that you get to see my house. I'm putting on a blanket and I'm sweating. Because it takes an enormous amount of energy to limbo in the house and balance things in my hands. I look forward to that getting cooler. I look forward to that being cooler. Just wanted to come by and make sure I represent. Hello. You don't have to stay if you don't wanna. Down Under Squad, yes. Chaos Squad. It's funny. Is that what it's become? Are we like this subversive underground coven on YouTube? Though with Chaos Witches it's kind of weird because like it's basically a group of solitary witches that just happen to work together. Like, it's kind of interesting. I'm part of a group. I don't think we want to call ourselves a coven. Like, we're a study group, a chaos study group. Underground, yeah. We're so great at hiding. Yeah. Coffee. Oh. Sounds like someone is coming down the stairs. Sounds like my mother. Yep, definitely my mother. So, let's see. I gotta make... Let me look at my calendar, actually, and maybe you guys... I can hype you guys up. Let's see, I gotta do domain. I'm gonna do how to write pulp fiction. Gonna do writer dreams tag thing, that thing that's going around. And then next Tuesday I'm doing tulpas. Ooh. And then Wednesday I'm doing servitors. I'm trying to like cram all of the god forms and mental energy work into July. I didn't do my quarter goals. That's okay. I'll do a mid-month check-in. Let's see how that goes. Let's see, footsteps. I need to actually finish some shit. I just don't wanna. I was thinking about making this like a bit of a writing sprint sort of hour, because I've got some RP that I'm doing. I'll do it in a moment. I want the gore. Lol. Oh wow, we're popular this morning. What's up with that? Hey, Dick Moonstruck. How's it going? Figure out the MC of the Nano Project and clean a bunch of stuff. I should break down this blanket fort. I think it's about ready to come down. Should probably do another ritual before I tear down this temple. Cram that energy. What are you talking about not receiving enough video? Why are you saying that? I don't know why YouTube doesn't like me. Because OBS says I'm doing great. That's silly. Writer dreams. Yep. Like publisher dreams. Or publishing dreams, rather. I have them. I think it's going to be a very short video because they're pretty concise goals for like my stretch goals. I don't expect it to go very far, but if it does, awesome. Also, I was talking earlier about gnosis, which is kind of like this state of which you get story ideas and stuff. You can also do hypnagogia, which is that space between wake and sleep, and that is the time when you kind of hallucinate things, like sleep paralysis happens in hypnagogia. Hypnagogia, there's actually a word for it when you go into sleep and a word for when you come out of sleep. It's also the reason why they recommend having a journal or something next to your bed to record your dreams, because while you're in that hypnagogic state, that is the best time to write things down. Dick is okay-ish, trying to pump myself up for my move to France. Wow. Whoa, I had no idea you were moving. Congratulations. I feel like I have that every single night. I literally write down stuff every night. Cool. You are very fortunate. Not everybody has... My stuff just has like a violent residue. Like, I have a hard time remembering what happens, but I have like this residue of violence left over from whatever dream thing that I had. Yeah, big brain. Busy big brain. I think, how do we feel about a sprint? Because dream journals are fun. I used to keep some, and they look amazing after the final wake up. Yeah. Mine generally is just weird. Yeah. Yeah. How do you feel about a riding sprint? I'll probably do this for another half an hour, so I'll probably do just like a 5-minute kind of break my teeth on a project. I have one that I would love to know what it means. I also do dream analysis, so that would be fun. Yes, let us do a sprint. Let me bring up my timer. 5 minutes. Writer stream. In 3, 2, let's do this. Should we put the I wrote like half a post. My mage is currently ripping out a vampire's fangs. That is the scene that I am writing. Good times. Hello, Shelby. It is good to see you. So dream analysis, yeah. I am an analysis person, like handwriting analysis, dream analysis. It's just answering some Instagram messages. It's almost midnight. Yep, that's what you get for being on the other side of the planet. What about anybody else? Were they doing anything cool in that sprint? Maybe another sprint so I can finish this post. Maybe another sprint so I can do this post. Or I can talk about what she shared some more. Yeah, sprint, okay. Let's do 10 minutes. 10 minutes. That'll put us at basically midnight for Sui. And Sui McChewy. I didn't realize how much fun that is to say out loud. Sui McChewy. All right, 3, 2, 1, 10 minutes. Let's go. All right. Got that post out. And I decided maybe if you guys want, I can read it. It's pretty heavy stuff. Just the scene. And it's only part of the scene. Hilarious. 12 seems to be your number, huh? I want to read this thing. You got it. It's dramatic and it's definitely horror, and it's like right in the middle of the goriest part, so it's gonna be fun. All right. Oh, stream link! Holy crap! All right, scroll up. This is a good spot. All right. I'll bring it from here. Gisela adjusted her position on the bed, her body cold and the gentle blush of health slowly fading from her skin. Her unnatural eyes opened and settled on Diane. By the way, I'm Diane. Frowning at the pacing. If you want, I can get you a weapon. I want you to feel as safe as possible, given the circumstances. The woman stood up and adjusted her mini dress before glancing out to the corridor. If you're on your feet, shall we take a walk? Gisela smiled faintly and led Diane to the corridor. The colors of the place weren't right. Orange, yellow light reflected as greens and blues on the wall. The air was still, too still, as if there was no wind. The windows were slanted upwards, and there was only the darkness of a starless sky outside. Gisela's heels were the only sound in the hallway. It was dead quiet. Diane walked next to Gisela through the corridor. Would you have a timekeeping device of some sort? Do kindred even keep time? A small smirk graced her face, trying to show that her mood had lightened a little, despite not sleeping. At least her sense of humor was peeking through. Your reputation precedes you. I had heard of you before. Granted, I was told to stay away from you, but you've been nothing but kind to me, and I've been a bit of a cunt. She wrung her hands in front of her, flexing her fingers and popping her knuckles. Gisela smiled at the comment. It has been 12 hours since you passed out. It is understandable that you'd be told to stay away from me, as I am very dangerous and a threat to some ideals your companions uphold. I know this is all very shocking and hard to get used to. I do not hold your behavior against you. I forgive you. They turned the corner into a room, only to meet a muscle-bound man standing in a bare room. Samuel shifted backwards instinctively at the sight of Gisela, dropping to one knee in front of her. Ah, he started, not quite sure what to say. I am at your service, he tried, lowering his gaze to the ground. Diane glared at the man, amused at his subservience to Gisela. It's fun to see you grovel. Samuel shifted nervously at the comment, pressing his fist against the ground as if swearing fealty. Gisela looked at Diane and circled around the room. In the corner, there was a wooden table with a set of very archaic tools: knives, saws, tongs, and pliers. Our satrapus has decided that your punishment shall be the act of defanging and draining of your vitae. You will accept this punishment, Samuel, and praise her for her leniency. Gisela picked up a pair of ancient-looking hand-forged pliers, metal pincers with gripping jaws. She snapped them together to test them out, and then started making her way to Samuel. The shirtless undead man shivered and shot a fearful look at Gisela, but his terror was even greater when he looked at Diane. Diane struggled internally. On one hand, she wanted him to suffer. On the other hand, did she want to be that kind of person? She'd never tortured someone before, let alone a rapist monster. He was a rapist monster. Was that enough justification? She eventually decided that yes, it was. She made sure to retain eye contact with him, the undead man, as Gisela made her way to him. Open your mouth, Gisela commanded, and grabbed Samuel by the jaw to guide and angle his mouth upwards. Come take a look. The magenta-eyed woman beckoned Diane closer. This is a difference in our lineage. Look at his fangs. Unlike the razor maw of Gisela, Samuel's canine teeth were elegant, curved injectors that looked more like a viper's fangs. It's not actually the act of him draining your blood that felt good. His fangs, here, produce the intoxicating effect when they open a vein. As long as he bites into a vein or an artery correctly and licks the wound closed afterwards with his saliva, most victims will remember the act as a bout of passionate sex or drunken intimacy. Once we defang him, he will need to be fed blood before he can grow them back. He will be unable to give you your fix until then. Do you wish to experience the high on your own terms before we go through with it? Gisela placed the tongs against his cheek. There was terror and remorse in Samuel's eyes. This was worse than castration for him. This was sewing his mouth shut so he couldn't eat. If you want, you can pull them out yourself. I can hold him still. The woman added the option calmly, if not casually. This was, after all, Diane's choice. Diane inspected him as if he were a dog, fascinated with the difference in fang design. She even touched the tips, letting them begin to push through the skin, pricking her finger before pulling her hand away. She directed her questions to Samuel. Why did you pick me? She leaned in close and sneered while she spoke. Was it good? Did you get extra benefit from drinking my blood? She retained eye contact with Samuel as she put her hand out. Pliers, please. Diane staggered as the rush hit her. Her body shuddered with ecstasy. It was almost fitting to rape the rapist, but she was still a little lightheaded from before. She decided against it. The head rush was incredible. Her body released dopamine by the gallon, knitting into her current attitude to produce a sense of very clear superiority. She could see, feel, and understand everything better. Details were more crisp and ideas made faster and farther, reaching connections with each other. Gisela released his jaw to give him a chance to speak. Samuel let out a grunt and then answered Diane's questions. You were clearly looking for something. Most women in that bar come looking for the rush. I thought the man was an outsider who didn't know why you were here. He squared his jaw and rolled his shoulder back. I've never tasted blood as rich and sweet as yours. It was heady at first, but gave clarity afterward. I could tell you were unique, which is when I realized that I was who I was dealing with and sent word for Gisela. Diane resisted the urge to slap him from talking, but she wanted to hear what he had to say. I was looking for something. I was looking for you. Funny enough, you found me. Was it worth it? She grabbed his jaw. Pity, too. You're cute. She gave a brief nod at Gisela, giving the sign that she was ready. Gisela bowed her head to acknowledge Diane's commands, handing over the archaic pliers while reaching down to grab a hold of the back of the man's head. Her grip reached up to his temple with a disgusting crack. The thin layer of skull underneath broke under the woman's thumb. Samuel grunted, but there was nothing he could do. Gisela's strength seemed to be on a level where the offending undead skull was like an aluminum can to her. He was muscle-bound, but he was a featherweight compared to Gisela's physical prowess. He was stuck in her unwielding vice grip, waiting to serve his punishment while calm magenta eyes observed him and the woman in charge. While Diane winced ever so slightly at the crushing of the skull, she grinned. He was getting insult to injury. Still high from the near orgasm she experienced earlier, she jerked his mouth open with the pliers and clamped down on one of the fangs. Did she want to pull them or break them? She wanted to see the roots. She placed her foot on his fit chest and ignored how aroused she was looking at him. But he was a rapist. He tried to essentially mentally roofie her, and when that didn't work, he jumped her. That was unforgivable. She began to pulling until the tooth began to loosen and then started to twist and pull it from its socket. We're in the middle of the thing. Story time. Woo! Yeah, ignore my tripping over words here and there. It helps when I use my nefarious voice. Thank you, MK. I think it deserved, like, the horror voice. Maybe more coffee? It's possible. Oh, I said I was going to cut this out at 10:15. Nowhere near as much gore as I was expecting. Yeah, it stopped right before the gore. We're kind of in the middle of the scene. Next time on Coffee with Sako. And considering that's all first draft stuff, it feels pretty solid, man. what I like about this RP is, like, for first draft work, like, it's pretty stellar. The true horror is vampires being forced to go to the dentist. With archaic weapons. Tools. Tools. Not weapons. Tools. I was thinking about, like, reading some of my work. What is it? Friday today? Tomorrow I stream from 10 a.m. Eastern to 1 p.m. So I will be around. And it will be like writing sprints and stuff. I should be working on my nano project. However, I haven't started. I have been taking it easy. Did I miss anything else? I did not. All right. It is 10:20. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this stream. Thank you very much for joining me for a couple of sprints, for some witchy talk, for some reading of vampire mutilation, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.